Welcome to the Loner Ranger Radio Show. My name is Bruce Woodburn CrossCountry Mortgage. Hope you're having an amazing day, and I am so blessed that you would tune in to my show. We got a lot to cover today. So listen, on this show, it is about real estate, mortgages, finance. However, we talk about a lot of things that are going to help you maintain and understand exactly where your greatest investment stands at any given time. So we talk about how to maintain value, what the values are in your neighborhood, how you can get the most out of a mortgage. Is it worth refinancing if you have a low rate on your mortgage currently, or should you get a home equity line of credit? We're going to talk about all that. We want to talk about what the Fed's doing with the market right now. What are interest rates doing? We want to talk about down payment assistance programs. So if you are currently renting right now or living at home with mom and dad, well, isn't it about time we leave the nest and start looking at doing our own thing? I know it's nice to have mom cook you lunch and dinner and do your laundry, but is that really the lifestyle that you ultimately want? Or do you want to own your own home? If you've got kids or grandkids living at home and it's time that they get out, well, then let me know. I will do what I can to help them. Generally, people don't buy for two reasons. Mom's cooking's too good. They don't have enough money for the down payment. They don't have the credit, or they don't have the income. However, if you can get over the mom's cooking and getting your laundry done, maybe it's time that we help you fix your credit, and maybe we can find you some down payment assistance to help. And if you're planning on leaving your children some type of an inheritance at some time in their life, why not do it while you're alive and give them a gift of down payment to help them purchase a home? Let's face it. If you leave your kids or grandkids some inheritance and they're not accustomed to having any money in their pocket, they're going to buy a new car, a jet ski, maybe a Winnebago, a George Foreman grill, and an 80-inch screen TV. Nothing to show for it at the end of the day. But if you help them with a down payment on a home, that home will grow in value, and they have to have a place to live anyway. So why not start creating a great investment? It's the best gift you could ever give your family. So if you're interested, I'll show you how to do it. You can navigate through the rules and guidelines of giving a gift, and I'll be more than happy to help you and your family. If you're in Orlando, you can call me right now at 407-706-3313. And actually, I don't mean just Orlando. This station will broadcast as far north as St. Augustine and as far south as around Lakeland. So if you hear me anywhere in between, call me. You can reach me now at 407-706-3313. I'm also broadcasting on 102.5 The Bone. I got great boners out there listening right now, and you should get from Lakeland all the way down to Cape Coral and everywhere in between. So we've got a lot to talk about. So first of all, I always like to start off with a great phrase or saying. My friend Warren Buffett, one of the wealthiest men in the world, said, "Be fearful when others are greedy, and be greedy when others are fearful." Well, I think a lot of people are fearful right now. So what does that tell you? It's time to get in the market. Be greedy when others are fearful, because at the end of the day, during hard times are when winners and losers are exposed. So now we're going to find out who's going to win in a market where things may be a little bit more challenging. Investors aren't afraid of this market. They're not afraid. They're buying houses like crazy. They're flipping houses. They're buying investments. They're buying and holding. So if investors don't care about interest rates, what does that tell you? They're going to make money in rent or appreciation. Either one can create wealth. I can show you how to do that. I created a program called Leapfrog. I didn't have a lot of money. It was, many of you know, I was orphaned at 15 years old. I quit school in the middle of the 10th grade. I do have a PhD, however, a public high school diploma. Well, not entirely the public high school diploma, but the public high school diploma equivalency. But you know what? I had people that mentored me, showed me the right way. I did the right thing after doing plenty of the wrong things. And I was able to create a pretty sizable nest egg for retirement in buying real estate. And very seldom did I ever flip homes. I mostly am buy and hold. I've sold a few homes. I've made some mistakes, and I've had some great gains. Two of the biggest mistakes I made was after the recession, after 2008. I was too afraid to buy homes for the next 5 or 6 years. Huge mistake. If I would have bought a home between 2009 and 2013, I would have quadrupled my money on those homes. And then the second big mistake I made in real estate is in 2018, I sold several properties. What a mistake I made. Look what happened during COVID. We saw probably about over the 2.5 to 3.5 years of COVID, we saw over a 50% increase in value. In some places saw even more than that. So buying real estate's the way to go. It's an easy way to accumulate wealth. 70% of the wealth in America is established through real estate in one fashion or another. All right. Don't compare your insides to others' outsides. It's another great phrase that I like, because we're always like, well, my friend did this, or my cousin did that, or my next door neighbor had that. You can't compare your situation to anybody else's when it comes to finance, buying a home, doing anything. You can't compare you to other people. There's always other circumstances with every situation. So I like that phrase as well. All right. It's tax season. A lot of self-employed people out there filing their extension. Remember, if you file an extension, you must show the estimated tax obligation when you file those return, the extension. So make sure you do that. Other things in the news, it's all over the news about, National Association of Realtors was sued for $418 million for antitrust violations, which I don't believe were ever even close to an antitrust violation. I think they've been doing it great for a number of years, and our system of MLS, buying and selling real estate, is the best in the world. Many other countries have tried to emulate it, copy it, and they just can't seem to do it. So since we had such a good thing going on, of course, lawyers got in there and had a money grab and started suing people and said that sellers should not be obligated to pay the buyer's agent's commission. Well, they were never obligated to pay the buyer's agent's commission. It was just standard practices because you built that commission into the sales price. And now the seller does not have to pay the buyer's agent's commission. So you think that's a good thing. It sounds good. Wow, man, on a $450,000 house, I'm saving about $13,000. Well, no, you're not. You're not going to save $13,000. You're not going to save anything, as a matter of fact, unless you're absolutely pricing your house well under market, because you need buyers, and buyers can't afford to pay the real estate commission and closing costs. So if you want to be a seller and you want to sell your home, then pay a real estate commission. If you don't want to sell the home and you want to sit on it forever, well, don't pay the commission, because you think about this. You got a home on the market right now. You don't have people knocking your door down. You got to wheel and deal a little bit. And I'm teaching buyers and sellers how to do that and get the most. I want sellers and buyers to come to the table with a meeting of the minds. I don't want anybody to get screwed in the transaction. That's never what I'm all about. I always want a fair and equitable transaction for anything that I do. So I'd expect you would want the same thing. But if you are struggling to find enough buyers to buy your home at the price that you're asking, then go ahead and stop paying a real estate commission and see how many offers you get then. It's foolishness, folks. Now, you got a house that's flying off the shelves. You got tons of buyers. You don't want to pay the buyer's commission. Well, that might be a property you can negotiate on. Maybe an investor will do that. Of course, they're only paying 50% on the dollar to buy a home, even less in some cases. So you get what you pay for, folks. Don't be foolish. Your mama did not raise no fool. So don't act like one. Call me if you have any questions. So in light of this, I find that most people do not know how to properly choose a real estate agent to represent them as a seller or a buyer. I think that the general public goes out and they either stop at the yard sign that they saw, they go to an open house, or they have a family friend that sells real estate, and you have no idea how good of a negotiator they are for you, yet you are entrusting them with the most valuable asset that you'll probably ever have. So if you want a great real estate agent, then you call me. I will connect you to a great real estate agent in the area that you look to buy or sell in. I will connect you to an agent that I have vetted thoroughly, and I mean thoroughly. So I have high expectations. Do you think I'm going to hire a real estate agent that doesn't know how to negotiate for me? You got to be kidding me, right? You got to be kidding me. So I'm looking for good quality agents that are going to take great care of you. Why do I want my agents to take great care of you? Well, not because they're giving me a kickback. There is no return for me whatsoever. Here's the return. I get a customer that calls me and goes, thanks for referring me to Tom, to Cleve, to Nanette, to you name the number of real estate agents across the state. That's what I get. And I can ensure that your transaction closes smoothly and on time. Now, you get the inexperienced agent, or one you think is experienced because they told you they were, and then you wonder why things aren't really going your way because you don't know how to choose them. I can pull up every statistic. I know how many homes they sold, how many homes they listed, what their ask price to sales price was, how much it actually sold for, what price point they're in. I mean, do you want a realtor that goes, yeah, I sold 13 homes last year. Okay, that's good. You sold a little more than one a month. That's low producer, but probably average on the grand scheme of things. And all their price points were, 150 to 250. And you've got a $600,000 house you want to buy or sell. Is that the right agent? Probably not. Probably not. Now, you got an agent you think is a whippersnapper and they're a big producer, but they're selling homes between $800,000 and $3 million, and you want to buy a $350,000 house. Are you going to get the attention that you deserve from that agent? Not likely. Call the loan arranger right now. Central Florida, Orlando, 407-706-3313, or my Tampa region for the bone at 813-213-4009. Go to We Bring You Home. Start your application right now. I do not do a hard credit pull. You don't have to worry about that. I'll do a hard credit pull when we're ready to go under contract or lock your interest rate in. But in the meantime, I don't want to do anything to damage your credit. Why would I want to do that? It only hurts me. So soft pull, simple application, WeBringYouHome.com. Purchase, refinance, home equity line of credit, construction loan, rehab loans, you name it, DSCR, investor loans, FHA, VA. By the way, you veterans, stop going to USAA and Veterans United. They're not part of the VA. I hope you realize that. USAA is an insurance company that cloaks itself as being the lender that is there for the veterans. And same with Veterans United and the other VA one that are duping veterans out there, in my opinion. Look at veterans, you deserve a break today. All right. And you can call the loan arranger and I'll make sure you always get the very best. I saved a client $10,000 in closing costs and about 3/4 of a point in interest rate just last month that was shopping me against one of those other lenders. Call me now, 813-213-4009 or 407-706-3313. or go to webringyouhome.com. That's webringyouhome.com. I'll be back in 5 minutes with more of the Lone Ranger Radio Show, and we got a lot of great things to talk about that's going on in the real estate